So close? I'm close.
Hello, friends, and welcome back to the show. Today we have a very special show planned for you. It's going to be epic, so prepare yourselves. And hello, friends. Welcome to the show. Today we're joined by the lovely Spencer.
Hello.
And Spencer is a Chinese teacher. And we're going to be showing him Genshin Impact for the first time, particularly some of the character demos and really fun aspects of the game that I think he's going to enjoy. And it's going to be awesome. So, very excited. And welcome everybody who's just joining. Genshin is, of course, a Chinese game that a lot of us have played and enjoyed. It's reached a lot of success. Hello, Julius. Welcome. And hello, Lee. Welcome, friends. So it's going to be a good time. And we haven't done a Genshin stream in a bit, so I wanted to give you guys a special treat as we have an expert on the scene here. It's going to be really fun. Alchemist, hello. How you doing, man? Good to see you. I'm going to pin our Discord link, as always, friends, to the top. In case anyone hasn't joined, we do have a Hoyoverse section in there, so everybody can join in and share the good times with us. It's going to be great. But yeah, we'll begin in just a second. How you guys doing? Hope everybody's having a lovely 2024. If you missed our last streams, we did some World of Warcraft stuff, and we're going to continue on with the viewer choice as well. This time, mostly lurk. Hey, awesome, man. Thanks for the lurk. Great, glad to see it. And thanks for the likes, guys, as well. So it's going to be a great time. We're going to go through a couple of character demos that I had theorized that Spencer might have some input on. That could be really fun. Hello, Zafira. And best time for me. Awesome. We're going to do that, and we're also going to do pronunciations. Spencer is going to look at the characters, the actual Chinese characters, of how you write the names, and he's going to be able to tell you guys how to actually say the names definitively, finally, for Genshin Impact characters, instead of us fumbling around with it. And it's going to be a great time. So, very fun, educational, as we like to do here. It's going to be great. But yeah, how you doing today, man?
I'm good. Feeling refreshed. Just did a big workout with Phil.
Had
some lunch. Lovely day.
We had a great workout. Absolutely. So much fun. And yeah, if you guys don't know, Spencer and me have gone on a lot of adventures together, including China. Yes. So this is going to be a good time. But hope you have fun. Yeah, it's going to be a good day. So why don't we hop right into it? Honestly, I'm going to just do the YouTube intro here, and then why don't we start with let's see, maybe we'll start with Zhongli, because that's a bit of a fan favorite, that guy. So it could be really fun. And we'll go from there. What do you guys think? Gonna be a good time? All right, I'm gonna hit record here for the video, and we'll be uploading these too if you guys happen to hop in at any time or watching the replay. I'll be posting these to YouTube separately. All right, I'm just gonna lower the desktop audio here and our lovely music for a second. And let's do a bit of an intro. So, all right. Recording. Move the mic over so we can kind of share it. And I'll say, today I'm showing Genshin Impact to a Chinese teacher, Spencer. He's a great friend of mine, amazing teacher, Chinese. And why don't you introduce yourself to the kids?
Sure. My name's Spencer, and I'm a longtime pal of Phil's, and I guess my livelihood is that I'm a Chinese teacher and a like Eastern religion teacher at a school, and so I love Chinese, and I also know Japanese, so maybe I'll be able to help out today with elucidating some stuff, or just giving ideas as to why some things might be the way they are. And I've heard there's a lot of confusion about pronunciation with names, so that is something that I can help everyone out with.
Yeah, it's going to be really fun. And yeah, the proper pronunciation is something that especially a lot of us who play like to talk about our favorite characters, and I know a lot of you guys in chat do too. So it's going to be really awesome to get the definitive pronunciation for your favorite characters. So it should be awesome. But yes, and Spencer is a bit of a gamer. He has a Nintendo Switch and he loves Zelda, right? But he just hasn't played Genshin specifically. So this will be a fun sort of, we'll give him the crash course. And guys, as always, Genshin lore masters, feel free to, share your favorite parts of Genshin with Spencer and why he might like it as someone who's so into Chinese culture. So it should be a lot of fun. Hello, Neat Fury. Good afternoon. Dark as well. Hello to our lovely members in green. Hope you have a nice time. Yeah, we're really excited. This is going to be great. Okay, so what we'll do is we are going to switch over, and I think first I'm going to be showing this Chinese teacher, Zhongli character demo, because it's a fan favorite. There's some really cool lines that he says, and I'm really curious just what Spencer thinks of it as someone who knows about the culture. And we'll see, obviously it's a Chinese game, how much they kind of took. Is it fantasy? Is it part of Chinese culture? And we'll see what came out. So really excited. All right. So I'm going to go ahead, get Zhongli here. Awesome. And then, after we watch it, you can tell me how to really say his name properly. But this would be fun. Okay, I'm going to go over here. It's going to be nothing for a second. Let me fix our camera here. I'm going to be watching him. And I'm going to stretch this out here. Oops. Perfect. Well, hello, Fury. Hope you're having a great day. And guys, don't worry. We're going to be continuing our viewer choice for the Dragoons members. I know I'm just a couple behind on that. It's going to be very fun. Okay.
Are we going to do just a watch through, or should I say to pause or something?
Why don't we first, you can comment as we watch, like, please feel free to speak up. People would probably love that. And then, we'll just get a watch through in, because people typically don't like it when I pause. So we'll do that. And then we can go back and look at specific sections. That's usually what I do. Let me just get any image on the screen here to line this up. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. There we go. But yeah, I'm excited, and hopefully Genshin fans will appreciate this. Spencer knows his stuff. This is like a puzzle here. Okay, here we go. Is that today? Yes, this is today. Show him the trailer in Chinese. Ooh, wait, what's that? Yeah, if you have a cool thing in Chinese, we'd love to show him. And as far as I know, the character demos are not in Chinese, right? So we can't do that. That would be really fun too. But we'll start with the official Zhongli here in English. And we'll go from there. But something to note is these character demos actually aren't in the game. They're only made for YouTube, which is super weird, right? So they put so much production value into it, and it's just like for hype. Volume's low. Okay, let me lower it up. Lower it up. That's a new. Never played Genshin, says Fury. Watching historical dramas from China. Awesome. That's really fun. Synonym. They have Chinese trailers? Ooh. Ooh, that's something we could look into. Just depends on the channel you go to. Okay. So maybe there's a Chinese Genshin channel. I wonder though, for the people who
don't speak Chinese.
Yeah, for the people who don't speak Chinese. Well, we'll start.
Just be me interpreting the trailer.
Yeah. That's probably not as fun. Let's watch this because it's like probably I think this actually is the most popular video they've ever put out. So we'll watch this and then we'll we'll see what we do for the next one. They have Chinese channels. Awesome. Yeah. For now, we'll start with this. Very exciting. All right, so what we're gonna do, Spence, is I typically watch it here. Let me move us around a little bit so we're like not so invasive. But yeah, I usually watch it here so it's like easy to see. Let me know if whatever's comfortable for you, okay? All right, and then can you hear Spencer? Give me a little audio test.
Hello.
Okay, perfect. Volume's perfect now. Awesome. All right, I'll just try to keep it on the balance side. And here we go, guys. Genshin Lore Masters, join us in battle. Here we go. All right. Get rid of that, sorry.
We last left off with ancient Liyue beset by an ocean demon and a mountain dragon. Rex Lapis mustered his adepti to restore peace to the land. They say that before he set out, he spoke these words.
Cool music, right? martial arts as well, yeah.
This is an age of gods and monsters. I wish not for dominion. Yet I cannot watch the common folk suffer.
You got such a good voice, too, the actor.
I will have order.
Awesome. Ah,
Very well done.
yeah. I was just gonna say, like,
Cleanse the land
oh,
and defend our safe harbor. That was the first contract in Liyue. And now, the final contract too has been set in stone.
all right, man. So, what do you think?
Okay, so yeah, very Chinese looking. There was a few things that I don't know if it like is revealing anything about this that was hidden, but more like just fun notes that maybe you would all find interesting.
Yeah.
You had told me in the past that this character is like the China character.
Yeah,
Is that right?
he's like the representative, or sort of the strongest and of the Chinese area in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the fact that he has like a spear in Chinese Kung Fu, like there's a different like a position of every weapon, and so like for example, like the Dao, like the broadsword, is like of the 100 weapons, they say, like by Bing Zhi, and then it might be like Jun, like the soldier, like the soldier of the 100 weapons or something.
Ooh,
and
yeah.
the spear, I think, and someone could correct me if they know better, is the Bai Bing Zhi Wang, like the king of the 100 weapons.
Awesome.
And so it's like a, not maybe in actual war in ancient China, like only certain people had spears, but it's just considered like the art of the spear is supposed to be like a very like high ranking art and like a refined art compared to something like the Dao, which like everyone would have.
Right.
And so that's pretty neat. And then if we just, could we just scrub through?
Yeah, absolutely. You wanted to see some of the other parts?
Yeah.
And yeah, feel free to talk over it. Like it's lowered enough. That's so cool though, because yeah, he's like the boss. And you can be as spoiler as you want in the chat, guys. Yeah.
Oh, pause.
Yep.
So if you see those, there's a bunch of characters that are like swirling around him.
Oh yeah, right here. Yeah. Right about there. Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, so those are
Uh-huh.
not normal characters that we would see now.
Uh-huh.
Those are what's called Jiaguwen, which is oracle bone characters. So
Wow.
the first record, the first written record of any Chinese characters were on these turtle bones that were used for divination. So you would ask a question to a shaman, and then they would write the question in these characters on the turtle bone. They'd like carve it in and then burn them, and where they cracked would reveal to the shaman the answer to the question. And those oracle bones are like the first characters, and most of them, so this might be more than everyone's sort of expecting to hear. And if this is boring, just put it in the chat and Phil will notice.
I'm loving this. I'm loving it.
But in Chinese characters, there are 5 categories of characters. Like there are 5 types of characters in modern Chinese. And the first type that we see is like a pictograph, they call it in English. So it looks like something, right? And so for example, like the character for like a river is like 3 lines, and it looks like the flow.
Oh,
of
so like a
water.
pictograph, like an actual like it looks like the water.
And like
that's
for
awesome.
A tree is like a little like caricature of a tree.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
those are now, they are their own characters, but in modern Chinese they're also used as what are called bushou, radicals, that are components of other characters that are put together to make other more complex things. But jiaguwen are all, like these oracle bones, are all pictograph characters, and you see that they're like the way that they were drawn originally are quite unique, and you'll never be able to like
Yeah.
type in a character that looks like that, for example. But in like certain types of calligraphy, like very old school calligraphy, and like if someone's trying to emulate like what's called zhuanshu, it's like a certain style of calligraphy that emulates the oracle bones, you'll see these like very flowy looking characters rather than more like geometric things. So that's what we see surrounding this character, which is pretty cool because it's like sort of like channeling something like very, very elemental and like core, right?
So also what's really cool is Zhongli he's an immortal. Like he's very old. And this is like you realize as you play through the story, he's just kind of posing as a person in society, but you learn he's like this really ancient guy who's been watching over Liyue for a very long time. So it's really cool. Somebody said you look like brothers.
Oh.
We've had that a few times in China a lot.
We've been called twins. Even once.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm just looking at this chat. He's basically the god of Geo. What is that?
Geo is sort of the earth, like chthonic power of the world. He can summon rocks up. He like uses rocks as a shield and just like earthen things like that, which is really cool. And he can call down like pretty much like a meteor that just explodes, which is really cool. And yeah, it's fantastic. Significant. Oh, so somebody said I recall mention of significance to the rings he wears as well.
Does he?
So
maybe
maybe
on
we
his
can
fingers or on his arms or something.
Yeah, maybe we can see like in a close up. I don't see any on his fingers. Oh, I mean, there's just rings. I don't know if they're able to be distinguished as anything from that shot, but
They say that
cool.
before he set out,
But yeah, we'll just continue on from there. I love that. Those are crazy. Yeah, those are really cool. Really
Very
beautiful. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, wow, that's amazing. You guys are getting some real sauce right now. This is awesome. What does he say here? Yeah,
This
that
is an age of gods and monsters. I wish not for dominion. Yet I cannot watch the common folk suffer.
awesome. I mean, the martial arts are cool too. I think the choreography is quite good. But you can see the way he fights. There's like rocks coming up from the ground and everything. And that's what I was talking about. Yeah, and he like turns everybody to stone. Cool. Yeah, really good camera work as well as always here.
Yeah.
To cleanse the land and defend our safe harbor. That was the first contract in Liyue.
What is Liyue?
Liyue is the city that is based on China in the game. There's several cities. The first one's Mondstadt. It's based on Germany. Liyue is the second one. The third one is Inazuma. It's Japan. The fourth is what is it called? Just escaping me. The fifth is Fontaine. It's based on France. So they have like kind of it's a big world map. You can wander around wherever you want. And as the expansions go on over the years, they add in all these cities. It's really cool. So his is Liyue is the Chinese area. It's a really cool looking city, and 100% Chinese architecture, really beautiful, kind of like more like we were in China, like kind of like ancient look to it, not modernized stuff like skyscrapers or anything.
Yeah.
It's really, really beautiful. Sumeru, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, is that like the like South Asia?
Yeah, it's
Like
kind
India,
of
Nepal.
Yeah, it's kind of a mix of. Oh, look.
Oh, Liyue. Okay, so Li is glass and Yue is the moon, and you see that Yue character, that second one, is an old pictograph character. It looks like the moon.
Wow, that's awesome.
Like a sort of crescent moon. It's now been like over thousands of years, like turned into something that we don't immediately think moon, but in
Yeah.
its original form it did. So,
Amazing.
glass moon. Not sure if that has any significance for
Well,
the viewers.
maybe the lore masters know better than me. Glass moon. If that means anything in the story, I'm trying to recall. But that's amazing. Yeah, beautiful name, if nothing else. But yeah, Sumeru is that essentially like a mix of that, maybe a little bit of Middle Eastern influence as
Meru
well.
is like in the Buddhist geography of like the cosmology of Buddhism. There's like the great mountain is Meru, and it's like
Okay,
basically the center of the world, like the center of the universe, rather.
that's awesome. Daniel says he's known as the god of contracts. This is Zhongli. So in the story of the game, he is about to retire his god position of protector of Liyue. So this is his last contract. This is his final thing. We need more longer short films with you and Juan Carlos because y'all great, man. Thank you so much, Keely. Great to see you, man. Thanks so much for the enthusiasm. Lag says Sumeru is Persian Empire. Okay, so from dry desert of Egypt to West India forest. Awesome. There you go.
Neat.
Very fun. So yeah, what do you think? Anything more on Zhongli? He's a cool character, right?
Very cool. I'd be curious to see the characters for Zhongli, because
Why don't we look it up right now? Because we're in,
Okay.
we're in his video. That'll be a good time. And then we can go to other characters as well. We have Xiao open here. Let's go to, where would he be? I guess it's alphabetical, right? Yeah. Perfect. All right, let's look at it. There we go. Hope you can see. We got
All
like
right.
ads popping up. Hold on.
not what I would have pictured, because Zhongli is gravity,
Uh-huh.
which it seems like, just looking at like the gameplay with like Earth and stuff, that has something to do with it.
Yes.
I would have assumed that he'd be Zhongli, which is not here. That's not what's written here. So
So that's not how you would say his name?
no, we would say.
Well, what would the character for that be? Is it a different character, you mean?
No, it would be the same. Well, the same phonetic, but a different tone and different characters.
Wow.
So this
Fascinating.
here is Zhongli.
Mm-hmm.
So for anyone who wants to pronounce it correctly, Zhongli.
Zhongli.
So this
Wow.
Zhong is for time, but it also, the word Zhong is, I'm assuming that the name for this is a play on words. Like, yeah, it's called a shuangguangyu, like a double meaning, that it harks to that gravity idea, is my assumption. But then here, Zhong is an often punned word because it means a clock and time.
Ooh.
But it also is used, it's a play on words of another character with the same tone and pronunciation, Zhong, that means the finality, as in like the end of a life.
Whoa, look.
And so
He's retiring, yeah.
so Zhong, like, for
Wow.
example, in Chinese culture, you never give someone a watch or a clock, because
Really?
that, to give someone a gift is called song, and song zhong, like to give a clock,
Yeah.
is a play on words of to send someone off at the end of their life, like to death.
Wow.
And
Really?
so it's like a faux pas socially.
That's so interesting. Wow, you guys are really
So-
getting a lot. This is
But then
awesome.
that second character, Li, is to leave. Like,
Really?
it comes from this word li kai, which is to leave without, it doesn't imply that there's an intention of coming back. So like a
Really?
final-
This is like
he is a funerary office advisor. That makes sense. So
wow.
so Zhongli would be like sending people off so that they go away.
Incredible.
Pretty neat.
I mean, the layers to this, guys. We have the reference to the funerary. We have reference to his last contract, reference to his god position ending. Everything in just a couple of characters. Man, this is why Chinese is so cool. Like,
Chinese
you
is
can
amazing.
put so much into it. Are you guys like writing this stuff down? This is amazing. I just forgot to post in Discord, so I'm doing that as we talk. That we're live here. Amazing work.
I see Austin Seven said he spends all his money like he doesn't need it anymore.
Zhongli.
Yeah. Well, I'm
That's-
assuming.
That's beautiful. Beautiful. All right, good. We posted in Discord as well. No, I mean, it's cool because, and this is why I wanted to do this with you guys. For me, what Spencer just said has like given me a deeper appreciation for the character already, and sort of like what his story is and what it means. It's cool because he's also always talking about time. Like I have the character in the game. You can get, I think, what is there, almost like 100 characters at this point. There's so many characters in Genshin, but you can kind of almost like pulling Pokemon cards. You pull certain characters and you get them. So we got Zhongli on our party, and he says when he's like walking around in the world, he'll kind of like often muse on if somebody can type the line. He says it 900 times in the game, but he often says like, oh, I love, I remember drinking tea with my friends, but like, where are my friends? Like he's always musing that he's been around so long and everything, and they're not here anymore. It's really, really cool. But welcome everybody who's just joining. Hello, Akariat. Good to see you. He's leaving his position as God, says Daniel. He spends all his money. Yeah, it's a really cool story. And he's always been a fan favorite, I think, because he's just like, is awesome in a lot of different ways, even martial arts and everything. But yeah, it's really fitting.
He's tired.
Yeah, exactly. That's
like
awesome.
Elf.
That's it. That's the line that he says. Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember, but where are those who share the memory? Yeah, he's just like says that.
Osmanthus.
Oh,
so
what's this? Something else?
So well, it's a very like often made tea is from what's called the guishu. So Osmanthus is the tree, I believe. At least the characters would say so. That that the bark of which is cinnamon. So it's a very popular tea. And it's like not a word we often hear in English.
No.
But like gui hua cha, like osmanthus flower tea, is like a very nice tea that like if you're a guest in someone's house and they make that, it's like, oh, that's nice.
Wow. That's awesome. Somebody said, Lag says he hide himself as the
Keqin of Wu Tao. I need to see the characters to.
Awesome.
Keqin, well, if it's guest retainer, then ke is like a guest, and then qin is like close or like intimate. So
Awesome.
Like an honored guest, I guess.
Ooh, awesome. Does Rex Lapis mean anything? Well, that's definitely a different language. That is Greek, I believe. Rex means king. Like Tyrannosaurus Rex means tyrant
Is
lizard
lapis, like,
king.
blue?
Lapis is like lapis lazuli is a blue stone. Lapis, I would assume, is a reference to that. Yeah, not sure on that one. We need to get a Latin and Greek expert here for that one. Yeah. But that's awesome. Very cool. Yeah, wow, we got a lot on Zhongli from watching one video and looking at the character. That's awesome. Super cool, guys. Well, how about this? Do you guys have any more quick questions for Spencer? Maybe about stuff that has to do with Zhongli's story, stuff that happens to him in the story. Again, go crazy with spoilers. Spencer's not playing the game. We're just analyzing the character. And we'll give it a second because there's a chat delay. And then after that, maybe we'll check out another character video. It could be really fun. Yeah. He's the only character that doesn't rush when idle. Every journey has its final day. Don't rush. That's cool. Thought it was Lupus, like wolf. Oh. One of his nicknames, Morax. Rex, Lapis, God of Contract. Oh, so he has a lot of different names. It makes sense. He's been around for like thousands of years.
Oh, these are nicknames for Zhongli.
Yeah. Very cool. The gem, Lapis Lazuli. Yeah. That's awesome. But yeah, if you guys have any more questions for Spencer, put them out there now. And then I think we're going to look at maybe Xiao trailer. It'd be really fun. And then
We'll see this one. Could always pause and
yeah, true.
Despite the apparent hatred of pausing.
yeah. Listen, if you have a thought and you're gonna forget it, tell me to pause. It's fine. This is a very different kind of video than normal, so I can pause on these. It'd be good. Yeah, his nickname is Marax. Awesome. Yeah, if you have questions, you can field them at any time. I'm gonna pull up another trailer and we'll go there. Are you gonna show him the Divine Damsel of Devastation cutscene? I don't remember what that is. If you guys think it's really good, maybe we could. And listen, if you have any other trailers that are like super Chinese centric that he might enjoy, you can let me know. I mean, they're all like a minute long. They're all super short. But for now, we're going to go to another character, which I think you're going to like. So we'll go to face camera for just a second. Hi. We're out of focus here. All right, let me go to Xiao. But that's so fun, man. Thanks so much for sharing all this.
Sure.
This is a blast. All right. So this one, I'll do it just in case we separate these. But if you want to move over a little bit too, we're like both right at the edges. Yeah, there we go. Oops. Started without me there. I'll do this intro just in case. Today, I'm showing a Chinese teacher Genshin Impact for the first time. Xiao character demo. And we're going to see what Spencer, Chinese teacher, has to say about it. I'm very excited.
Me too.
All right. Awesome. Oh, it's the Yunjin Chinese opera cutscene. That one is probably pretty good. It's a full Chinese opera, like in classic style. So maybe we could. Yeah. Looking at some of the event cutscenes, they say the opera. Oh, okay. It's the opera. They're all saying show them the opera. So maybe we can do that. Yeah. Afterwards. Rex Lapis translates to in the game. What do you think, Spence? Any idea?
So this is, well, the first character. Let me see. It's made of two radical. I've never seen this character before, but the top is mountain, the bottom is a rock.
Okay.
And then
Makes sense for him, right?
like something King Wang, and then Di Jun is like D is like an emperor, and Jun is a virtuous person. Like a Junzi is a Confucian idea of like it's often translated as a gentleman, but it's like a virtuous one.
Awesome. Yeah, it all checks out for him. Yeah, very in character. I love it. All right, so we're going to check out Xiao. As always, Genshin lore masters, help us this day and ask any questions you have for Spencer. Let's do it. All right, friends. What's this? Yan Wang. Don't know. Okay. Here is Xiao.
Oh, Yen is the pronunciation. Thank you, Sophia.
Oh, awesome. Perfect. Okay, so we're going into it, and this character is very cool. And the title is Xiao Doombane, Genshin Impact. Here we go, Spence. And if you want to pause, just say. Sure. Cool aesthetic. Oh, do you want to? Why don't we read this? It says, a Yaksha, Adeptus who defends Liyue, also heralded as the conqueror of demons and vigilant Yaksha. This is like intro. Cool stuff. All right.
Step dive. Stay out of my way. Insignificant.
The music has so much character too.
The price I pay for eons of slaughter. Ephemeral circumstance, perpetual agony. This
Pause.
is nothing new to me. These severed karmic binds. Disperse!
Love that last shot. He pulls back. That's awesome. I believe that's it. Just have this fade out.
Okay.
Cool, huh?
Yes.
So, what do you think?
Well, a few things to say. Very Buddhist. This is a super
Yeah?
Buddhist situation. And
Awesome.
I can explain why in a moment. But the first thing that I saw was this mask. So this mask is
Let's find it.
or I guess the first thing we saw was the word yaksha. So yaksha is in the Buddhist world translated as like an occult being, like a ghoul or a demon. But in the Buddhism comes from Hinduism, and in the Hindu world, the yaksha was not seen as a negative thing by nature, but like Shiva, the like the third Mahadeva, like grand god for brevity, was the like purveyor of what's called tamasic forces, like dark forces, and created these world guardians called Lokapala that he also called Yaksha or Rakshasa. And
Guardians.
yes.
Wow.
And, which were sort of like the way that, for example, his like one of his counterparts, Vishnu, who's the preserver, like the good guy and protagonist of every epic of Hinduism, is like sagely and very kind to people in most cases. Kindness isn't always the way to create order. And so sometimes, just as like a teacher might put on a scary face, they're not necessarily angry at the student, but they're just using the expedient means that are necessary to get a certain outcome. And so a yaksha were created for that very purpose of preserving dharma and protecting it, but through wrathful means instead of peaceful means. And so that's the first thing we see, the vigilant yaksha. And
awesome.
The mask, though, is, unless there's something in Chinese culture that I'm unaware of here, which could very well be the case, the mask very much resembles a mask that's used in Japanese no theater, which is a really old and creepy, to me, style of theater, where everyone wears these masks, and it's very animated, but the mask doesn't move at all. And that mask is the Hanya mask. And the story of the Hanya is a old woman who would lure people in under the guise of being like a sickly invalid woman. And then when she'd get like a traveler to come and help her, she would transform, and the person would change their mask. And the mask sometimes would be built in a way that it would just like come apart and turn into into that mask. And that's like a demon would like probably devour them. So that's the thing that it harks to for me. But any yokai, like any like Japanese occult being, is in the same category, even as folktale, as a yaksha. Because a yaksha is a pretty general term in the Buddhist and Hindu world.
Cool.
It's not like a specific classification.
I see. That's awesome. Wow, there's a lot there. I can't believe it's literally Yaksha Adeptus defends Liyue. Right there. They really nailed that correlation then. That's awesome. And people are saying so other suggestions, and maybe we can watch one in Chinese too. That could be really fun. Well, why don't we go over to his name meaning, or the characters rather. Let's see. What it says about Xiao. Oh, sorry. Jumped away there.
Oh, I see the character.
Yeah, do you see it?
Okay, so this is for any Chinese learners out there, or just people who are curious. Remember I said there are 5 kinds of Chinese characters. So one of those kinds, the third kind, is it composes 80+% of all Chinese characters, which is that part of it connotes the meaning, and then part of it connotes a hint to the pronunciation. This is one of those characters. And so this character, the left side of it, are we looking at it? Yeah, you can see it there on the screen. The left side of it is Gui, which is a demon or an occult being, like a yaksha. We probably would translate yaksha as Gui, I'd imagine.
Okay.
Though I don't know it offhand. It's like a Buddhist term. And then the right side of it, what's like sort of in that upper right corner, is Xiao, which here does not carry any, even though it does have meaning on its own, it doesn't carry meaning in this character.
Interesting.
But it's pronounced the same way as this character is pronounced, right? So
awesome.
Xiao is like that's this hint to how we pronounce it, and then the left side of it is what it means, which is some sort of demon. And let me just look up this character real quick.
Yeah, of course.
So
Awesome.
Xiao.
In a
Okay.
design.
So at least this cursory dictionary definition is a mischievous one-footed spirit that dwells in the mountains. So when I hear dwells in the mountain, well, this actually, it says it comes from Shan Xiao. Shan is mountain. So a mysterious one-footed being, but in the mountains is the Shan version. But there is a text, a very famous and beloved text called the Shanhai Jing. The, like, I guess it would translate as like the Sutra of Mountains and Seas. And it's also referred to as the Chinese bestiary. So it's like the catalog of the different folk creatures of the forests and the oceans in China. So for example, something like the nine-tailed fox is a very famous one, right? That's something that we could find in the Shanhai Jing, and I'm assuming that the Xiao is another thing that we would be able to find there. But
Awesome.
if you wanted to do your own research, then
Yeah.
I'm sure that we can. But
This is, I'm not sure if there's someone who's saying they worked on the game. Amazing if you did. Do you see this one from Joel? In the design of Xiao's mask, we referenced aspects of the masks traditionally used in exorcism rituals as part of the folk religion.
no. Oh, neat. So
If you worked on it, that's amazing. Like, if that's what you're saying, like, congratulations. Yeah.
yes, classic of mountains and seas.
Awesome.
So Nuo, I don't like Nuo. I'm assuming is one of the Shaoshu Minzu of China, like the here's maybe more than everyone asked for, but
No, give them the good stuff. Yeah, this is what
there
people want.
are, I believe, 56 ethnicities in China, and well over 90% of them are Han ethnicity, and so that is the ethnic majority of China, and the likelihood that if you're in America like us, the likelihood that you have only ever known Han ethnic people, like every Chinese person you've met is likely Han.
Right,
Because
right.
the likelihood of any Chinese person being Han is very high.
Okay.
Which
Makes sense.
means that since that's a supermajority, that the other 55 ethnicities are in Chinese referred to as 少数民族, small in number ethnicities, like a minority ethnicity.
Okay.
But many of those ethnicities have vastly different language and culture and customs than Han people. And they're all within this great landmass that we now look on a map and say that's China, right?
It's enormous.
And
Yeah.
and so Nuo, I'm just going to make an assumption that Nuo is one of these ethnicities, but I could be wrong, of course. But this is the first time seeing this character.
Awesome. Yeah. That's cool. I mean, to explain if that is from one of them, it would make sense. Yeah, a lot of people are saying he's called small a lot in the story. I think they were asking, was any of it have to do with him as in small?
Oh, so Xiao is a different character, which means small. But
So maybe it's like a play on
it
words.
Could be. It very
Yeah.
well could be.
Okay.
If you looked up, I believe any pinyin, like any phonetic in Chinese, except for one. There's one pinyin, from my understanding, that there's only one character for it. But any other, which is R, which is like the sun.
Okay.
But every other pinyin, if you like type it into a Chinese keyboard, you'll come up with like many, like
Really?
dozens of different characters for it.
Whoa.
So there's a lot of wordplay that ends up happening throughout history because of that.
That's awesome, and it's kind of nice because you can layer different meanings with situations like Genshin here, like look at the Zhongli name. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So much in the English version, we're just like, cool. It's so hard to convey all that. Like somebody said, yeah, like Rex Lapis. It's like king of a rock. There's much more in the translated bit that you had read. So many pun possibilities. Yeah, there you go. Right.
So I see this Lagrange way, unless I'm mispronouncing it. So Ye Cha is like this is very clearly to me. This is another category of Chinese character, which is a loan word. So this is definitely borrowed from the Sanskrit yaksha.
Whoa.
And I guess literally it would mean that it's like pride in from the night, but it is definitely a phonetic like translation for yaksha. And then yokai in Japanese is yao guai in Chinese, which is just a like a guaiwu is like a monster, like a strange like occult entity, which can range from like a demon like the Hanya, or just like in Japan there's also like the kasabake, like the umbrella monster. That's like your umbrella might actually be a monster that can attack you. So like there's all sorts.
That's terrifying. That's a terrifying one. Every time you're inside it. Yeah. There's a lore tab. Yeah, I don't know if we want, but we can. I mean, Spencer's got some awesome thoughts. This is amazing. So yeah, I mean, we could. This has been great. We definitely gleaned a lot from his character. We could watch the Chinese opera. I'm trying to think. Somebody mentioned another cutscene too. There's a ton of awesome cultural stuff from the games. I definitely put a lot into it. Yeah, what do you guys think? Is there anything that we can show them? Maybe the opera, and then I don't know, maybe a cutscene. What do you guys think?
Oh, we didn't finish going through the trailer though.
Oh, we didn't. You're right. Oh no, I thought we did. Let's see.
For a dip dive.
Yeah, we ended up like right here, I think.
Oh, I mean like.
Oh, your analysis. Yeah. Let's keep going. Absolutely. Yeah, tell me when to pause.
There was a very Buddhist thing that
Awesome. Okay.
The price I pay for eons of slaughter, ephemeral circumstance, perpetual agony. This is nothing new to me. These severed karmic binds.
Okay. So right there.
Karmic binds. What's this all about?
So now we're getting into a bit of a Sanskrit lesson. So,
Ooh.
and I guess a Hindu Buddhist lesson, but
Yeah.
Karma is a often misused word in the West, but it translates literally to action. Karma means action.
Action. Okay.
And action begets more action. That's like the force that karma is, as gravity is just a force of the universe that is not something so like intelligent as like some man in the sky deciding like, well, you did this wrong, so now this is going to happen. But rather it's just a natural consequence of actions. So ephemeral circumstance was mentioned, eternal suffering. So this is why it says very Buddhist, that in the Buddhist world, and maybe there are many people who already know this, that there are four noble truths of Buddhism, four like indisputable things within the world of Buddhism. The first of which is dukkha, which is that life is pain, life is suffering. And so
he says eons of suffering.
Yes,
Right? Yeah.
And
wow.
And then the second truth is the origin of suffering, that there is a cause, and those causes are threefold. And so the first is just physical and mental pain is seen as one form of dukkha, of suffering. The second is that of change, that something might not sustain and you want it to stay forever and it won't, right? Such as things like death. Could simply be your expectations, right, are subject to change, and the things that you like, the things you don't like. Old age is a change, right?
Yeah.
And then the third, which is maybe the most complex, is that of what's called the five skandhas, the five aggregates or baskets. And so that is to say that there is, since you have no soul, that's another fact about Buddhism, that it's merely the collection of karmically connected events, right, is what gives you the illusion of your identity. And so what that implies is these five aggregates, which is that there is a form. That form is capable of sensing things, and then there is sensory material in the manifold universe. And that sensory material gets picked up by the censors, and from that, a story is made, and that story is innately false. And so, what this means functionally, an example would be, I moved to a new place, and it's not how I imagined it would be, and now I'm upset. Because I thought something was supposed to be a certain way. It could also be something like, I really like this person, and they're supposed to like me, but they don't like me, and now I'm upset. Or they do like me, and we end up together, but this is not what I thought it would be. Now I'm upset. And so the stories one makes in their head is another form of suffering in the world.
That's definitely a form of suffering. Yeah.
The common sort of credo of everyone in their life is things didn't turn out the way I wanted to, and now
like one time, I have the perfect analogy. One time I was pulling, trying to get Raiden Shogun, and I got clutching, and I was like, again clutching, and I was so upset. Me and Aaliyah tweeted at Kaylee Mills, the voice actor, we're like, leave us alone, please. We keep getting clutching. It's like pulling Pokemon cards and keep getting Charizard over and over again. It's like impossible. We're like, please. But it was, So that was a form of suffering. It didn't turn out how I wanted. It's completely out of my control.
But the reason I'm saying all of this to you is not to proselytize Buddhism, but to say that like this is talking about like karmic bonds, endless suffering, that these bonds are often like used as metaphor, as like tethers that hold a person down in what's called samsara, which is the cycle of rebirth. And one's goal in Buddhism is to escape that and to not be reincarnated. And that outside of samsara, that place that we only know what it is not this, we call it nirvana, which translates to the extinguishing of a flame. And so this character, apparently, according to this trailer, seems to have caused a lot of suffering to a lot of people and is paying the price. And there are literal tethers binding them in this trailer. And they try and break them. And in a Buddhist context, that could only happen through changing oneself. But I'm not sure how Xiao ends up dealing with these karmic bonds.
They go through a lot in the story. It's actually quite fascinating. Yeah. Samsara, this is used in Sumeru lore. Oh,
would make sense.
Okay, yeah. Eastern philosophy degree. Nice. I can follow this discussion with these. Oh, awesome. Yeah. Love it. Yeah, I hope for people who have not studied these areas, you're just getting a deeper appreciation for the characters in the lore, because that's why I love, that's what I try to do for you guys with the film. It's just like, okay, maybe we can glean more from the characters, from the artistic choices, and now hopefully when you play the game and you're playing as Xiao or Zhongli, you can appreciate them even more. Akariat, hello. Studied religion in college. It's amazing. Good to see you, Akariat, one of our mods. But really awesome stuff. Yeah, so somebody had said, why don't we check out a story teaser? It's really short. And then maybe the Chinese opera, since we're moving really quick. We're doing great. And then maybe we can just do a speed run through the list of names that are Chinese. You can be like, pronounce.
Oh, sure.
For everyone, because there's a few more Chinese ones. And yeah, I think these are the two that came to mind for me when I thought that, okay, kind of like, stuff that Spencer might enjoy. It was definitely those two characters. So let me know if there's any more insanely like lore-filled stuff. But let's try pasting this and see what happens. I'll go full screen for a second. But thank you, Spencer. This is incredible. You're very knowledgeable.
Oh, my pleasure.
Flavors of the world. Do you guys really want this food thing? Everybody loves food, right? Let's check it out.
Marchosius, god of the stove, born from a spark when stone struck stone. He was a god with a great love for humanity and their well-being. Millennia ago, the people sought to expand their city. They built a dwelling on the plains and called it the Guili Assembly. The stove god cared greatly for the people, turning himself into minions who went into every home, fostering food and solidarity alike. Alas, their home was taken by a flood. The waters ravaged the Guili Assembly and forced the people back south to Liyue Harbor. Though the distance was not far,
Oh.
the journey was plagued by a terrible storm. For a dozen days, the Adepti stayed by their side. During this time, the stove god cooked an ancient delicacy, flatbread with a meat sauce to stave off the cold and damp, fit for those on the move. Centuries later, disaster and plague arose once more.
Ah.
The stove
That's
god
Zhongli, I
will
think.
appear no longer, for he placed all of his power into the land itself to quell the calamities. His power expended, and his wits greatly reduced. Thus, his body decreased in size. By the time he parted ways with us, he wasn't even the height of a human. He told Rex Lapis and I of the dishes that bring joy and the secrets of the flame, then went into the mountains and entered into a long slumber.
Nice.
The stove god departed, and Guoba was born. When he awoke, he ate the Chiliman's cornbread buns placed on the offering table by a young
So cute.
lady in yellow. Though he did not remember the past, he was profoundly moved and decided to follow this young lady thereafter. The stove god had quietly disappeared, but the vendors rose early to hawk their wares. People went out to buy goods, lit their stoves, and cooked food, just as they had
That's
done
Liyue.
every day for as long as they could remember. In Liyue, things have always been this way.
Cool. Not sure if
Nature
Metzer's getting much from
provides,
this.
The mountains rejoice. We are blessed by heaven's good grace.
Oh, it's what's her name?
Years have gone by. The world has transformed, but our way of life survives.
That's clear. You've seen a lot of the characters from the area. Yeah.
Fame and fortune is only a season.
Oh, I love that
It
character.
is
She's
the
cool.
moment that we should embrace.
Ah, this is coaching. That's what I was talking about.
Past meets present. Heritage becomes legacy. Long into the future may we thrive.
Cool. Did you like that one?
Neat.
Awesome.
So there are maybe a few things I could say that might be fun for the audience.
yeah, sure.
So right here is where they say Guoba was born. So this Guoba could be, in my head, there's two different ways of Guoba. So there's Guoba is like the handle of a wok, like a
Oh, yeah.
pan.
Yeah.
A guo is a wok, and then ba is like a handle, and then guoba would be much more fun if it was this guoba, which is just guoba is the sort of fond that sticks to the wok when you're like cooking like rice or something, then like that like crispy bit that's on
yeah.
right against the pan is called guoba, and it's used in a lot of dishes, especially in the South, which will lead me to the next thing that I wanted to say. But it's very crunchy. It's delicious. It's like basically pan-fried, hard-cooked, already cooked rice. And I would highly recommend you try it, though I don't think ever seen it in the States. Not that it's like hard to do, but it's something that's not common on a menu in a Chinese restaurant. But then they talked about this flatbread with like meat sauce, right?
Yeah.
And then right after that was like sort of a panning through a wheat field. And then they talked about this guoba being born, and so this is just a fun fact about Chinese geography, is that now you can pretty much get whatever food you want anywhere in China,
Right.
because there's a lot of infrastructure for transportation of stuff, right? But in the past, Chinese cuisine has always been decided by the things that grow in that area, right? And so like you see more barbecue in the South in America because that's like where more cows are raised than in the North, I'd imagine, right? And so there's like a heavy meat culture, but in northern China, that's where bread and wheat-based things are like noodles, are all in northern China. And the furthest, well, as you go west, you also see, even in the south, a lot of noodles like sort of indigenous to a place. Like Lanzhou in Gansu province is the home of ramen. It's where ramen was made originally.
Wow.
Pulled noodles.
Yeah.
And I took you for Lanzhou ramen in Nepal once. I don't know if you remember this.
Delicious.
But
lovely.
But then in the south, that's where rice is grown. And so you have like, if this in fact is guoba, like that little like rice fond, then that would be like a hark to southern Chinese cuisine.
So look what Rayatzo has said in chat here. Guoba is the companion of a chef character, so that makes sense. Like in the game.
Oh,
like
neat.
you can summon. I think it's I don't know how to pronounce her name, and I've forgotten how it's spelled. If someone wants to type the characters in chat for her, but yeah, she's like a chef character, and you can summon the teddy bear guy, and he comes over and like attacks you. So it's pretty funny.
But one final thing about this video
Yeah.
is that this bear, like basically used his body to nourish the world. It looked like,
Yeah.
right.
Totally. Yeah.
So that is maybe a reference to a very, very like ancient folktale about Pangu. I don't know if anyone knows about Pangu. There's a famous phrase of like Kai Tian PD, like you're severing the sky from the earth, is like when you're making a big change in like the world. Then that's what they say. It's
Awesome.
a reference to this being, this giant humanoid being named Pangu.
Whoa.
Who had a great axe, and originally the sky and the earth were a singular thing. And then Pangu, with like one great swing of his axe, cuts the sky from the earth so that they are different. And then in his exhaustion, falls forward and dies.
Woo.
And his entire body, the different elements of his body, become the world. And so like his like hair, I think, was like the forests, and his like veins might have been like rivers and stuff like that.
It's amazing.
And so that's maybe a little reference to that, but who knows? I'm just seeing a animated video for the first time.
Amazing. Oh, and there was the chef's characters if you wanted to see.
Oh, Mao Xiangling.
Xiangling.
So that first character is like an embryo, like an egg, and then Xiang, the second character, is a fragrant, and then that last character, I'm not sure. It does sort of look like the character for like ginger and wheat, but it could be something else.
It makes sense. That's awesome. All right, very cool. Let's see what this one was. I think maybe this is related to Xiao again. Old memories remain. Let's just see if it's anything cool here. Okay.
Minogius, where have you been?
Oh.
Brother Yaksha, you're confused again. I've told you countless times, I am Boyoung, a thaumaturge who fought with you in the chasm.
Boyoung? Boyoung? You are Boyoung, but who am I?
Believe me, I want to know as much as you do. Here we are, the two who agreed to stay here together, and I can't even call you by your name. It's a shame.
Stay here? No,
Huh?
you have to leave.
The mask.
Nonsense, Brother Yaksha. We're down here for good now. Don't you remember? It's too late to have regrets. The seal can't be broken.
The seal. Ah, yes. I'm a Yaksha who came here to fight.
Brother, are you okay?
Look at the state of me.
I don't think I've got.
This is maybe how people become a yaksha, or?
We're the only two left. Don't go dying on me. You know, today I saw my family down here. Clear as day. What do you think? Am I losing my mind now too?
Boyong, do you want to go home?
I made my decision to leave Zhongli up on the surface. I obviously... Of course I want to go home.
I must have family too.
You mean brothers and sisters? I'm sure you do.
Yeah, I've not seen this one.
And sisters. Yes, but who am I? And where is my family?
Brother, what's wrong? Hang in there. It's just you and me. Don't die before me.
Alatus, is that you?
A lattice.
Who's Alatus? Your memory's going again.
I'm sorry. You all have to see me in this state.
Brother!
Look, there's someone over there.
Who are they?
They're my...
Oh. Oh.
I remember.
That was Xiao.
I know you.
Yeah.
My brothers and sisters have come for me, Boyong.
You're awake? At least tell me your name.
Brother Bosacious.
Hey, Bosacious. Bosacious.
I am Bosacious, and my destiny is to make the ultimate sacrifice.
I've not seen that one. That was pretty cool. Yeah. So maybe that's how, like, Xiao is related to him and stuff. Yeah. Did you like it?
Yeah, neat.
Awesome, guys. All right. What do you think? Maybe the Chinese opera, and then we'll do pronunciations? Sound good? Yeah, let's take a look at it. Somebody pasted it in chat, so let me just look for that. There it is. I believe this is the Chinese opera.
Oh, also, I saw in the chat someone said that I think that what they're saying is that I'm right about the guaba.
Oh, really?
That snack,
That's amazing.
which is very cute.
That's so fun. Yeah, somebody said you can get that in the game too, the snack, because you can cook in Genshin.
Nice.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there's a ton of awesome Chinese dishes in the game for that reason, being it's made by Chinese people. Aaliyah, did you land? Hello. My goodness. Yeah, this is it, I believe, Spencer. The Chinese opera. It's a lot of fun. So I guess let's just do this. All right. Actually, just in case, we'll do an intro for this one. Hello. Today, I'm showing a Chinese teacher Genshin Impact, the Chinese opera, the Divine Damsel of Devastation story teaser, just to see what he thinks of it, and see his thoughts on it. So it should be pretty fun. Let's see what he thinks. Sorry, missed like 2 seconds.
Is there a way to make the video louder for us?
Yes, absolutely. That should be better. Better?
Much better.
All right. What else did I go through? Cool, right? Cool, huh?
It's like the qilin.
Ooh. You want me to pause?
Sure.
Okay. He's got something for us, guys.
So maybe that's sort of a reference to the qilin, which is this like usually the qilin has one horn, and this maybe is one weird shaped horn, unclear to me. But it's like one of these occult beasts, but it's very auspicious. I don't know if anyone's here old enough to drink. There's a beer called Kirin, which has a qilin on it. Kirin is the Japanese pronunciation for it, but often translated into English as a unicorn because it has one horn, even though it's not a unicorn.
Awesome.
Yeah.
There you go. They're already getting some sauce. Let's continue. Hey, this binding string is interesting. This is Shenhe.
Oh, it's crane.
Ah.
That's must have something to do with the crane.
神女披冠到这里本该接近尾声，但今日我再添一笔，唱与诸位听。彼时鹤归，茫茫天地无依靠，孤身离去。今日再会，新朋旧友坐满堂，共聚此时。
Cool.
That was very nice.
Yeah, a lot of fun, right? And he said, I don't know if you guys heard Spencer, it was during the singing, but he said, I said, oh, this is Shenhe. And he said, oh, it must have to do something with a crane, which she definitely does. So that's awesome.
So first thing I note is that this style of singing is the Jingju, like the Beijing opera sings in that style. It's like a storytelling mode. And
awesome.
You see it's a very unique style of singing.
Yeah.
And has these big dips and rises and very like my hand was just now kind of vibe.
Yeah.
And so that's pretty neat. There seems to be a bunch of operatic references because I noticed a bunch of masks is in Sichuan opera, like Southern Chinese opera. There's a art of bianlian, changing faces. I'm not exactly sure how they do it, but they do these every time a cape moves in front of a face, the mask changes to a different mask.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's a pretty neat art. But
yeah.
It did not really have, at least this person wasn't wearing a mask. So it was more like the Beijing style. So it seems to me.
Awesome. That was so cool. Well, yeah, that was kind of another taste of the lore in Genshin, and you can see, I think it's really cool how I'm Chinese. Oh, awesome.
Hello.
I think it's really cool that they take stuff like that, like you said, the kind of translation is unicorn, or it's looked as a unicorn, and they work it into the adepti in this story. And there's a crane adepti who's called, I think someone remembers, the cloud retainer is who raised Shenhe, this character. Was raised by this kind of sacred crane. That's kind of cool. And then maybe named as well.
If it's sacred crane, then Shen is a spirit or god. So Shenhe might be the characters, the tones.
Yeah.
This character.
That's amazing.
Which is godly crane or sacred. The crane is one of the. There's a few animals that represent longevity, which is a really important thing in Chinese culture historically. is living for a long time.
Yeah.
Which I think is largely due to like the indigenous religion, well, the only indigenous religion of China that's like still propagated around the world, which is Taoism, is all about sort of stopping time for yourself and becoming an immortal is like the goal of living as long as you possibly can.
Huh.
And the crane is representative of long life. Not exactly sure why, but the crane and the turtle is an animal that lives even longer than the crane.
Awesome.
And so anytime you see a crane in like a painting, it is a little motif of longevity.
Amazing. There you go. So that's a cool reference as well. Koi says, this is my first time in a live stream. So nice to have you. Welcome. And there's a character for you here.
Yes, Adepti is kind of like Sungren. So Sungren is a sage or like a holy one. So someone who is like a Taoist immortal would be called a Sungren, or a Zhenren is would be like the Taoist term for it.
Amazing.
So this is not the Shen that I was thinking. This is this Shen. So by itself, I've only seen this character in other things, like maybe like its manifest crane, but or the first crane.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
But that's something you'd have to do some research on.
Amazing. Oh, there you go. There's Cloud Retainer as well.
Xianyun, or Biyun, I guess, like the closed off cloud, like the still cloud.
Cool. That's so awesome. All right, so this is actually going to be a good. Oh, thank you so much for the opera. Look at all this, guys, just from the opera we've seen a million times and didn't know anything about it apparently. That's
Ben
awesome.
Says he thinks the crane is connected to the Feng, the phoenix, which that sounds like it could be so.
Amazing. Love it. Okay, so this is a perfect time since we're talking about names and pronunciation. Why don't we go over to this list and we'll get into once and for all the truth. All right, so I'm going to do a YouTube intro because I think people might really enjoy this one. So, hello. Today, I've been showing Spencer, a Chinese teacher, Genshin Impact for the first time. And we're going to finally, by looking at the Chinese characters for the names of the people in this game, get the definitive pronunciations of the characters in Genshin Impact. We're very excited we have Spencer here. It's going to be a blast. And maybe he can help me say it right so you guys can say it right. It'll be really fun. Good. Yeah, it'll be really fun. So thank you for coming on, Spencer. He's a dear friend of mine, and I've actually been to China with Spencer. So we have a lot of fun adventures. That's really cool. Hello, Leah. Thanks for posting the turtle as well. But anyways, Genshin lore masters, join us in battle. And I would love to hear what everybody's favorite character is as we go through this list. All right, so as we covered before, Spencer, Liyue is, and you have to help me say that right again, is the Chinese area of Genshin.
Oh, Liyue.
Liyue, like kind of comes up. Liyue.
Liyue.
Liyue. Liyue. Finally. Like I said, if they say it 20 different ways in the game, like Liyue. And so it's really cool to know. You guys, that's the real thing. Anyways, this is the Chinese area in the game. So there's a lot of characters that have Chinese names. So let's take a look at it. We'll go to just the character list here. And let's go through them and see. Maybe we can just go... I don't think we're able to necessarily separate them by area. So why don't we just go through and look at the Chinese characters here. I think the first one I can see is
Baizhu.
Yeah, is this,
which might be White Pig. We'll see.
White what? Okay, let's.
Oh, so it's not. So.
Oh wait. Okay, let me move us down here for more of a. Okay, so what's the deal here, Spence?
So this is. Well, here it says that. Baizhu, but that character. At least to me, it looks like Shu, like Bai Shu.
Oh,
which like Bai actually is white, but it's called white because it's the sun character, and then you see that little like flick at the top of that character is like light coming off of the sun. And then
Awesome.
maybe here it would be pronounced zhu, but shu is like skill.
Ooh, awesome. There
Like
you go.
surgery is shou shu, like that kind of thing.
Awesome. All right, so let me try and say it right. So let me repeat after you. So it's his name is.
Well, if we're going by this
Okay.
pinyin that's here,
Okay.
then bai zhu.
Bai Zhu. Awesome. Wow. Wild how different it is than, how we like say it because we don't know. Or just, anyways, Bai Zhu or whatever the heck people say. Awesome. You can sort by region. Okay. He's a pharmacist.
Oh.
If you wanted to know. Okay. Now, we can sort by region. Oh, we can. Amazing. Okay. So this is clearly... Oh, you guys are the best. If I can just find the correct region. Oh, I see. Okay. I see. So I think what's happening is traveler. Okay. Yeah. Now we just have them in order. Perfect. All right. So I'll just open a new tab. So we have a fan favorite, one of me and Aaliyah's favorite characters from the game.
Bei dou.
Hey. Sorry about that. Best Buy.
I'm saying it very overzealous so that everyone
Yeah, please. No, that's
get
yeah.
it clear. But
Bei
dou.
Dou. Awesome.
Bei is north, and dou is like to fight.
Ooh, awesome. Really? That's so cool. I'm gonna make it bigger for the kid. Yeah, there we go. You can really see. Bei Dou. It's a playable electric guy. Awesome. Yeah, she's a pirate. Like kind of a good pirate though. Like she kind of works my queen, says Aaliyah. She like works for kind of with the Liyue people, but is like a good pirate, if you want to call it that. It's cool. Awesome. Okay. Well, let's continue on. Bei Dou. That one I feel has been like the closest that people generally say because it's kind of easy. It's not like a very different one than. Okay, so next is going to be this little rascal, who I do know.
Chongyun.
Ooh.
Chongyun.
Chongyun. Yun.
That's a tricky pronunciation.
Yun. Yeah, that's tough. Kind of comes right up. Yun. Yun.
So yun is a cloud, and chong is like chongfu, like repeating. Like again, sort of. This is what's called a doyins, like a multi-pronunciation character. Which likely that baiju, that ju is probably a multi-pronunciation character. But I've just never interacted with the other pronunciation.
Yeah.
But this chong is also zhong. It's the same zhong as Zhongli, gravity. That
Really?
I thought Zhongli was.
Oh, cool.
But
So
it's to
this is-
repeat, to do something again.
Amazing. Look at this guy. Yeah, that one is really beautiful name to say though. Can you say it one more time?
Chongyun.
Chongyun. Oh man. So you guys following along and practicing? You better be, because I'm watching you. Okay. Why don't you ever say it?
Oh, Sophia, thank you so much for this. So baizhu, it's a Chinese herbal medicine. It's also zhu here, but in most cases it's shu. Wonderful. Thanks so much.
That makes sense now. That makes sense. Awesome.
As you might have noticed, I'm not Chinese. So I learned Chinese. And so I don't have a native interaction with Chinese that all of the like childhood shows and references of someone who grew up in China would have. And so I'm always able to learn from you all. Thank you so much.
Amazing. Yeah, thank you everybody for providing extra context there. Zhu is bamboo?
Zhu, that's a different character.
Oh, awesome. All right, next, let's move on. We have another character who is beloved by many. All right.
Gan Yu.
Awesome.
So this second character is tough to pronounce for a lot of non-Chinese learners.
Okay.
Gan Yu.
Gan
Yu.
Yu.
The way to make this, what I tell my students, is
Yeah.
do an E sound, E, and then make an O with your mouth. Yu. That's the sound. So Gan Yu.
Gan Yu.
Very good.
I did what you said. That works.
Um,
Gan Yu.
so Gan
Yeah.
is a
Whoa.
very is like an older way of saying sweet.
Mm-hmm.
In Japanese, it is the character for sweet. Amai is this character, but it is rain. It's like a sweet rain.
Wow. Man, the names are beautiful.
Yeah.
They're really gorgeous names. So pretty. Yeah, that's awesome. So again, everybody try it out loud and see if you can get it. And you got to say it right from now on. Spread the good word. She is the
Qilin. The Qilin, like one-horned horse-ish thing.
There you go. Yeah. Awesome. It's so fun. All right. Sweet rain. We're going through the list, guys. Exciting. Okay, next we have this one. And this would be a good character demo, but we'll do that maybe later. Let's check it out here. This is
Hu Tao. So Tao is a peach. And so peaches throughout all of Chinese folklore are seen as like a peach, just in case you have any Chinese friends and you're wondering if you're invited to their home, what to bring or something. Peaches are a very nice thing to bring.
Really?
Because peaches are sort of wishing someone well. In that,
nice.
There's a bunch of different famous stories about peach groves that are sort of representative of cultivating longevity. Like the Tao Hua Yuan Ji by Tao Yuanming is the story of the peach blossom spring, which is too long a story to tell right now.
Amazing.
But, has to do with a person finding a village of Taoist immortals, and then like there is a Tao Hua Yuan, like a peach grove that Sun Wukong, the Monkey King,
yes,
Journey to the West,
legend,
eats the entire orchard, and is like his immortality is sort of set there. But giving peaches is if someone's birthday is coming up, whatever, very nice gift to give to someone.
Amazing. So let me try and say this. Can you say it one more time?
Hu Tao.
Hu Tao.
Very good.
That one is kind of like Beidou. It's like you can kind of like that last sound for the previous character. Like you said, that's not a sound that we really make at all. So that's awesome, guys. Again, another awesome character pronunciation. Let's go to the next. Oh, here we go. My nemesis in polls. Let me just wait 1 second, Spencer, because I know that ad's gonna pop up. All right, who have we? Yeah.
So here, the tone that they're writing is not the tone that I would use for this. So ke is the correct tone, and maybe I'm sure this is correct, but it's just that character on its own is qing, which is a flat tone, but here it's written ke qing. So ke is to carve. It's also like smaller pieces. It's used in a bunch of, like, for example, a 15-minute increment of time is called ke. But diao ke is to like carve something or hew something into a shape, and then qing is sunny, like sunny weather.
Amazing.
Yeah.
All right, let me try and say this right. So one more time.
Ke qing.
Ke qing.
Pretty good.
Yeah, the second
qing.
It's not like ch.
It's not like thin ch.
Yeah, it's not like, it's not like that was cheap. Like America, like it's a little bit different.
Yeah. It's like through the teeth.
Yeah. Qing.
Qing.
Ke.
Or if you're a super northerner, qiang.
Okay.
So, ke qing.
That would be so funny to like only pronounce the names in like a specific Chinese dialect, and everybody's like, "What? Why does he know that?" Anyways, awesome. Cash register noises. Stop. Ka-ching.
It's a good little cue for someone if you're not intending to learn Chinese, but you want to say a name.
Well, and or if you're struggling and it's like really hard for you to remember. Oh, this is an amazing character. All right, wait 1 second because the ad always pops up. I love this character. Her design is awesome. I always tell Aaliyah she should cosplay the character. All right, now. Sorry.
What is happening?
I don't know. It's like, what is this? Okay. Now.
So this is...
hold on. What did I do? I just want to make sure they can see it on the... Okay, there we go. So, we have here...
Ningguang.
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 This Ning, I've never seen this character Ning.
Wow.
Which means it's a very uncommon character. It's
Okay.
not like a common use character we see.
Uh-huh.
But I can tell you the pieces of the character, it's not going to do well to really explain it.
Okay.
It does have what's called a liang dian shui, which is like a water radical. So maybe it has something to do with water. But guang is rays of light.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's actually crazy because one of her ultimate attacks in one of the cutscenes, she literally like shoots a bunch of rays of light. That's really fun.
Ning guang.
Ning Guang.
Hmm.
Ning Guang. That's the second part's still kind of hard to say, but that's awesome.
Guang.
Guang.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful name. The richest person in the world, also.
Oh,
in the world of Genshin.
Not Bezos?
No, the new one is a new partner in town. All right, now this monstrosity, freak of nature, we're gonna cover. Let's see.
Oh, Qi Qi. 7-7.
Really? That's
Yeah.
what it is? That's so funny. Oh, it's just simple like that. Like it's the same exact thing twice.
Yep. Qi Qi.
Chi chi, but it's like the chi with a like a T.
Mm-hmm.
Chi chi.
Not like a T, like a very thin CH that said instead of through the like the back of the mouth, it's said through the front of the mouth.
Chi chi. Chi chi.
Qi Qi.
Chi chi.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff. But okay, she's a cryo, and it's just 7-7. That's so interesting. Awesome. It's just like a zombie essentially. All right, next we have someone you
this
know.
is the
Yeah,
Shen He.
she is so cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's Shen He. Can you say
He.
He?
Mm-hmm. There's a little tiny hint of a, but it's not.
But
very
not.
pronounced.
Yeah.
Shen He.
Shen He.
Mm-hmm. Shen He.
Shen He. Too much. Too much. That's so fun, guys. Practice at home. Practice at home. I'm gonna quiz you later. Awesome. Her name in Japanese is Nana7. Oh, there you go.
Well, Shichi and Nana are interchangeable, but just because of the shi, that existence of the pronunciation of that letter is the same pronunciation as death in Japanese. Like, just like the number 4, shi, is also pronounced yon, just as a way of not saying the word death as much as you can.
So it's like a
seen as
euphemism.
like an inauspicious number, but people still say the. Oh, I see that she's a jiangshi zombie.
Wow. So I wasn't totally wrong. Okay, now we come to this is another character we mentioned, the chef. Let me scroll down for the kids, and boom. Oh, of course. There. Oh, geez. There we go. Oh my goodness. So close.
All right.
I've never seen a more confusing.
Mao Xiangling, and we talked about this earlier with the meaning behind.
Yeah, we already talked about it. Awesome. Can I try and say it?
Sure.
Mao
Xiang
Xiang
Ling.
Ling. Awesome. There you go, guys. There you go. Next, we have Xiao.
Oh, and this we talked about the meaning a bit.
We definitely
Looked
talked
it
a
up.
lot about the character, but we'll say just quick for the kids.
Xiao.
Xiao.
Perfect. Xiao.
Xiao. Awesome. Awesome. Next, we have this is probably the hardest one for all American people who play the game, and everybody's just like has no idea where to start. So this is a great one. Let me line it up. This is a great one for the kids. Sorry, right
Oh,
there.
this is a nice name.
Yeah.
Xingqiu.
Xing, like a xing
Xing
qiu
Xingqiu.
xingqiu.
So xing is
Ooh.
it means to walk, 行走, and
Ooh.
and then qiu is autumn. So like moving autumn. Very nice.
Wow, that's a great name. That's the one that everybody struggles with. So practice it. And thanks, Spencer. Okay, now we have this character. Yeah, Leah actually pulled
How
this
many of
character.
these characters are there?
There's probably only a few more. Yeah, there's a lot per like thing. That's what I was saying. I think between all of the, there's China, Japan, like there's a lot of characters. Here we go.
These are it's a very uncommon character. Whenever you see, so the second character, Yen, is 3 fire. It's fire repeated 3 times.
Ooh.
There are a bunch of these characters that like are never used, like 3 rocks or 3 like golds or something that are sometimes used in names.
Yeah.
And so this is Xin Yan. Xin Yan.
Xin Yan. Cool.
So Xin is well, it's used in a bunch of different things. It doesn't necessarily carry this meaning, but like Xinku is like a arduous, very difficult task, and then Yan is like a big fire, right? Yeah,
a lot of fire.
Yeah, seriously, like range ways. That's a lot of fire. Yeah.
Awesome. That's a beautiful one too, man. The name meanings are kind of the favorite part of this for me. Moving autumn.
Definitely for me, having never played this game and
Yeah.
seen 3 videos or so.
So there's only there's like 5 left, something like that. Yeah, what a great part of the game. As expected, we got messed up. Right there. Yep. Okay.
So this is Yan Fei.
Yan Fei.
Yan Fei.
Yan
So
Fei.
Yan is smoke, and then Fei. I've never seen this character, but I can tell you what it's composed of. So Fei on its own is like a negation. Here, it's definitely used as the pronunciation.
Okay.
And the meaning is carried with the left part of the character, which is a jiao si pang. It's a silk thread radical, and so it has something to do with a garment or the color of a garment or just like a thread. But
Awesome.
I don't know this.
Yeah,
this
without
character means Fei, Yan Fei.
Awesome. I'm not too familiar with the character in the game even. I actually have never seen this next one. I have no idea who this is. Is this actually a character in the game?
Yao Yao. So Yao is
Yao.
Rocking, like to Yao Tou is to shake your head.
Okay.
But Yao, like Yao Gun is rock and roll.
Oh.
For example.
Okay.
Yao
Awesome.
Bai Wu is swing dancing.
So it's like
and so that Yao is like that rocking, and it's just repeated.
it's just
Yao Yao.
repeated. Awesome. I've never seen that character. Who is this? Oh, I like this next character though. Actually, really curious of the pronunciation to this because there's a lot of like
great
dispute amongst the people.
This is Ye Lan.
Ye Lan.
Ye Lan.
Ye Lan.
Ye is nighttime,
Mm-hmm.
and then Lan is an orchid, so night orchid. Ye.
Wow. Really nice name. Yeah, that's probably the worst pronunciation I've heard normally of this one. It's quite
Is it
different.
like yelling?
They just say like, yeah, something like that. It's very off. So that one you guys really gotta like, lock into your brains. And then only 2 more. All right, next one is the opera singer who we just saw, actually, which is so fun.
All right, Yun Jin. Yun Jin. So this character, this Jin, or is it Yun Jin? Looks like it's some sort of plant. The top of the character is the grass radical, which usually has something to do with an herb.
Okay.
And then Yun is cloud.
Ooh, that's
so
cool.
I'm not exactly sure what Jin is, but Yun Jin.
Awesome. Yeah. I mean, you might know more from like even seeing the game or something. Who knows, right? Okay, now, of course, everybody's favorite gentleman. Let's wait for the ad to go bonkers here. Okay.
So Zhongli, we mentioned before.
Yes. Legend.
But pronounced Zhongli.
Zhongli.
Li.
Zhongli.
The second
So it's
tone,
like a
this
short-
rising tone, is sort of like you're asking a question.
Li. Li. Zhongli.
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 And the zhong is like the highest part of your natural register.
Zhong. Natural, so don't be like.
Yeah, don't like. Yeah. Just like where you're normally talking, the highest part of that zhong is the first tone of Chinese.
Zhongli. Too deep, maybe? Zhongli.
Zhongli.
Zhongli. Zhongli. That sounds so right. And it's funny because every time, can you say the first part again?
Zhong.
Zhong. So it's like Okay, there's no Z sound, which
No,
is
it's more of a
significant.
J.
It's more of a Zhongli.
Any ZH sound is more of a J.
Got it. Yeah, because a lot of people say like Zhongli, like, you know, so that makes sense. But this is awesome. That's all the Liyue characters, guys. Please let us know what your favorite, or rather, how close were you, or what one were you most surprised by, maybe. But that was so much fun.
Well, I hope that it helped, and I hope you had fun listening to me.
Yeah.
Go on different tangents about religion and different aspects of Chinese culture.
I absolutely loved it. It was so much fun. And thank you for coming on. I mean, he's been on the other channel mostly, actually. I guess a lot.
It's my first debut on
is it
the
actually?
channel, I think.
It is. That's so exciting. I didn't even realize it. Yeah, he's been on my other channel a lot, like all the Chinese documentaries that we've done. So it's so fun. I don't know what you mean, gaming? Do gaming? Do you mean like play the game? We don't have time to right now, but maybe in the future. 2 new ones.
So Genshin is Yuan Shen. I saw those characters.
Oh yeah, what
when
is
we got onto the page? So
what does it mean?
Yuan Shen is like the original spirits or original gods.
That's what the game's name means?
Yeah.
I'm mind blown.
Genshin
Wait.
is the Japanese pronunciation of those. Maybe it's just a Chinese marketing idea to make it sound Japanese.
It's definitely like an anime aesthetic, right? So it makes it. So can you say it again, just on the full screen? So Genshin Impact. We have the characters here. What does it mean?
Oh, someone said Cantonese. Oh, maybe it's the Cantonese pronunciation. I don't know Cantonese, so I wouldn't know. But maybe that's not what's being said here. I'm not sure. But Yuan Shen is origin, or like sort of like the start of a water spring is the Yuan, like the beginning, and then Shen is gods or spirits. So Yuan Shen is like the original gods.
That's Genshin Impact. I mean, it makes sense. We have like Zhong. Let me say it right. Zhongli. Zhongli is an original god. We learned right today. So that's so cool. It makes sense. I just thought it was like random word impact. That's so cool, man. There's 2 more characters down on the page. I see. But they're going to have to wait. But thank you so much, Spencer, for coming on, man. It's been so much fun. And maybe we can do more in the future. There's a wealth of million cutscenes of Genshin, Chinese references and everything. But thank you. And guys, if you've been enjoying our time together, let me say that correctly. If you've been enjoying our time together, please make sure to check out some of the other videos we've done on this channel. And if they want to, where can they find you, Spencer?
I guess you'd find me. Oh, you mean like my?
Yeah, if you're comfortable.
Sure. So my Instagram. I don't have a YouTube channel or anything, but
tragic.
But my social media is at Spencer B4 at Spencer B4, and
check him out on Instagram.
If you wanted to see some knife making and calisthenics and pottery, that's pretty much all you're gonna find.
He does some really cool stuff, so check him out on Instagram. Yeah. The Impact of the Original Gods. It's a cool name for a story. I love it. Thank you so much, everybody in the chat. You guys were super helpful too. And like, I don't remember everything about the millions of lore bits. That's why I always say lore masters. You guys were very helpful today. Thank you. As always, to the community, shout out to our members. We'll be back soon, guys, with more World of Warcraft, more viewer choice recommendations from our Dragoon tier. And thank you all so much for joining us for this special stream. And thanks again to Spencer.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, my friend. Take care, guys.